So today we're going to make another fun fold card because I'm just addicted to them. So I'm Erin Reed from Erin Reed Makes, and today we are going to play with this little guy. This is so much fun. So this is a interlocking gatefold card, and we're going to do it sideways. Look at this. I love this. So the key to this is that you need to have nesting dies, and I love the look of like all the different colors that are nested on here. I just think that's so much fun. So it's really, really simple. It's a standard A2 size card. We're going to add a sentiment on the inside, and all the papers I'm using, the stamps and papers, are from Close to My Heart. And as always, all links are down below. And so let's get started. I'm going to show you how to build this guy. So we're going to do, hello everybody who's on. We're going to do another version of the circle, but I'm going to show you that you can use other shapes. So this is to make a square version of the same thing, or rectangular. Sorry, I die cut these at the same time. So these are the nesting shapes I used over here. And you need 3 sizes. So I've got rectangles here, but I also have circles. And I got this idea because I got this card given to me from my card swap, the just previous card swap I did. I absolutely fell in love with it. And they've used an interlocking hexagon. And so not new to this card. I mean, she didn't create this card. The person who made this is Bevo Daniel, and I just fell in love with this. And it's a great way to use pattern papers because she used pattern paper as the main base. I cut mine to fit on, let me get all these little pieces out of the way. I cut mine to fit on the panels. So it's a great way also to use up scraps and then just kind of playing with all of your papers. So lots of fun, lots of fun. Okay, so what we're going to start with is I actually already even have a pre-scored sheet of paper. I'm going to move this out of the way so we're not so cluttery. So I have a pre-scored sheet of paper right here, and it's totally cool. This is a standard A2 size card, and you could even do this for a slimline card or for a square card. Basically, whatever size card you want, even if it's already pre-scored, it actually makes this a little bit easier. To make it a gatefold, just fold the 2 sides in onto the score mark. It actually simplifies things way easier than coming in and scoring each one. Then just go in and do the other one. And then bam, it's right there. I mean, how easy is that? And that is your gatefold. So stinking simple, right? Easy. So you could make this card. She made hers going vertically. And I totally could have made this card going vertically as well. Just make sure that you glue. But I wanted this one to go horizontally, because the way that most of my sentiments. So the little stamp that I used on the front of that card came from this set right here, which was the National Card Making Day stamp set from Close to My Heart. And it was all, if you noticed, it's all of the different needed services right now. And I fell in love with this heart, and then we're going to use this little hand heart, but there's also this heart. I mean, it's just really cool. And then on the back side are all the sentiments. And most of the sentiments went horizontally. So for the inside of that card, we're going to pick, I think I'm going to do Forever Grateful, but there's other ones. It'll be Good Day, Thank You for Your Service. This is just a great thanks stamp set. But we're going to do a couple of these with the horizontal. We can get a couple of the horizontals in there. So let's do a circle one first. So the pieces you're going to need, and I already have all my bits cut out. The only thing I don't have cut out yet is the stamp set in the middle. We're going to do that together. So I already have these 2 pieces cut. So what I did is I went ahead and I laid down. So for this card, let me show you this again. You're going to need 3 circles. And what I did is you take the smallest circle, which is the inside piece. And I did this ahead so you didn't have to see me die cutting, but I'm just going to explain it. I took 2 sheets of paper, and you can see my remnants here. I have it just off camera. So just took the 2 solid sheets of paper. I lined them up next to each other right here. I placed the dies down, and I just made sure that they looked like they were evenly spaced. I put a piece of tape on there, ran it through, and I got 2 inside circles and 2 outside circles, and I just swapped them. All right, that's where that came from. Just to show you. And then we'll get back to the middle one. So if you notice here, I have the outside circles in dark and then the inside circles in the lighter color. Well, for this card, just to make it more fun, we're going to flip-flop them. So it's kind of a one-stop shop because you're going to need both circles anyway. So you might want to just flip the colors, and then you get kind of a 2-for-1 deal. So it's kind of a fast way of making kind of a neat card. So I think what I'm going to do for this one, we're going to do we'll do these panels. And I can always flip flop them. So these happen to be from the same pattern paper. So this is another way. I went ahead and cut out a whole bunch of fun colors. And now I can decide, okay, so this bigger piece is the piece that goes on the inside. And then I just have to decide, okay, what is the panel for the outside? Which one do I want? And since it's going sideways, do I want to have that? Or do I want to have this color with that? Oh, that looks cool. I think I'm going to do that one. So you can change it up. You can have fun with it. That goes over there. So I like that I kind of cut and then I can swap them and all the colors work together. So it doesn't matter which one you pick. So now I'm just going to go ahead and place on. And I could have done that, but I think that's just too matchy. So I'm going to do the little hearts here. I think, or the flowers. They're flowers. And the papers, if you're in, they're from close to my heart as well. So I didn't line that up very well. I need to face the card towards me. So we'll just. So the papers are the mix-in colors. That's what they're called. They're called mix-in, but they come with the stamp set if you want to get the stamp set. So I think it's just kind of fun. But truly, think of all the pattern papers you have in your stash. Think of all the stamps that you have that could fit into a circle space. Any little cute stamp would work really awesome there. So it's really cool. So many people are on. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Effie. Hi, Charmaine. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Vay. So many people are on. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Try to see if there's anybody else. Those are the only names I can see so far. Welcome to the video. All right. On the inside, we're going to place, and I like this peachy color, but I could also do that color. I mean, you could really go whatever you want, but I'm going to do the peach. Just for something different. So that's the beautiful thing about doing a two-sided pattern paper is that you can mix and match and go, do I want that side? I want that side. So pattern papers that come from in kits, you can really kind of mix around with. All right, now how to build the piece on the front. Okay, so see, this is why I love this color here because I can see the difference, right? And then we're going to put the white on top of that. So just imagine this. So one thing I will say when you're doing this, I probably would not want to do the dark blue circle next to this dark blue paper because it's just too matchy. I would definitely want to have a separation. So I like that I picked this lighter color. So just to show you, because I already have the blue, just to kind of give you an idea of what that would look like if I did the lighter color instead. So if I did this, see how you can barely see that outside rim? It's just too close of a color. So you really would want to change that out. So I wouldn't want to do a light color with panels that are light in reverse. That's just, it's too close. So I could flip it and I could do that version, which would look really pretty. So just a tip there. Just be careful of which one you put. Now you have a choice of how you want to have this open. Do you want to have it open so that this panel goes up? And I usually like the top panel to go up. So that's what I'm going to stick the outside ring to, right? So this top of this ring is what's going to get stuck. And I'm going to do that part first. So I'm just going to pull out a sheet of scratch paper that I don't care about. So I have a little square here. And there is one side that always looks a little bit more stitched than the other, a little cleaner. So I'm going to go with the cleaner stitch side. And these came from, all my nesting circles and rectangles have come from a company called Maker's Movement. And I don't think I put their link in there yet. I will go back and fix that after the video has gone live. And if you're watching this after I've gone live and watching the post recording, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope everybody is having, oops, it's stuck. An amazing day. There we go. Ooh, okay. So now all I've done is I made half of my circle sticky. Now it's okay if you're not perfect and if it's not exactly aligned, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm just finding where the edge of my circle is. So there we go. And then just do your best to line your circle up. And I always say, if it looks good to you, like I'm just kind of looking at that. If it looks like it's an evenly, like if it's right in the middle, you're good to go. Now I'm going to take my inside circle here and we're going to go opposite. So this piece goes up, but this piece is going to go this way. So we're only going to stick sticky on to the bottom half of this circle. And since it's a circle and we haven't stuck anything down yet, it really doesn't matter which one we do. And do this part first. Do this part first before you put your element on, so that way your element doesn't get turned around and go backwards. So fold the whole thing down. Keep in mind which side is your sticky side and place that right in here. And it nests just perfectly. And that's the beautiful thing about these nesting circles. and it nests just perfectly. And then it goes lift up and lift up, and they like interlock. I just think that's the coolest little mechanism. Again, not brand new. I did not invent this. I just thought I don't even know who came up with this first. And with a lot of card making, that's kind of the case. But you know, it's always fun to see new things. So that's the interlocking with the circle. Let's add our stamp in there. So I am going to do this one. Oh, that's one I just did. Never mind. I want to do the little hand and a heart. I think this one's so cute. So I just have a sheet of paper here that I was going to do my stamp, and I have my stamp block. There we go. And I have a color. I have Lagoon. So I thought it matched pretty darn close. It's a little darker, but it fits within the realm. So here you can see the Lagoon here. There we go. So everybody loves to get a card that says you're needed, you're wanted, I'm going to put the circle here just so I don't stamp too close to the edge. Yeah, it goes like this. And then move it away. I just don't want to get too close, and then you can't see. There we go. And this is the same stitch circle. So again, everybody wants to get a card. I mean, I'd love to get a card that says thank you for being you, and thank you for being amazing. I mean, think about if you went through a drive-through right now and you handed a card to somebody who was doing their job in a drive-through, or you know, next time you go to a doctor or a nurse or your dentist, they don't get the opportunity to necessarily stay home. Go through the grocery store, or the next person that does a delivery to your house. Just think of all the things that people are having to do right now that they may not have the opportunity to work from home because they're a needed service. And there's so many of those needed services right now that are helping for those that can't stay home, or they're helping for those that can't go back to work, that have to work from home. So, you know, just adding a little card to them, I think would be awesome. So run that through. There we go. And I just love that. And just think that doing that in teal, you could totally do it in black. You could do it in whatever you color, but that's like my favorite color. So I have to do that. I have to make it that color because it's just my favorite color. And so sticking with just some plain cardstocks. Ooh, I got some sticky on there. And then run this with your tape runner on the back. There we go. And then just pop that. And something about seeing concentric circles, concentric shapes on another. It looks really, especially when they're different colors, looks really pleasing to the eye. I just love it. It's almost like a bullseye. So here is the two versions of the same thing, right? I just love these. And then they open up. So pretty. And again, I pick my favorite colors, and I just think I love the cards even more when I go with my favorite colors. So these are the circle versions, and we can easily do a stamp. So there's so many different stamps that we could pick to go on the inside. I'm just going to do one for you today, and then we're going to show you, we're going to build the rectangular card. Same concept. We're just going to go ahead. So I'm going to do the Forever Grateful. So I need a bigger stamp, which I have right here. So Forever Grateful. There we go. And move this guy off the side. I got my black ink here. And these inks come from close to my heart as well. I got these about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Oh my God, they're so much fun. They're so easy too because they have these magnetic parts. So, and I normally would probably pull I have my Misty sitting next to me, but I think I can get a good clean stamp. Ah, there we go. See, it's pretty good. Pretty darn good. I'm sorry if you're hearing the dog in the backyard. He's like, the kids stuck him outside. I thought they were going to go outside and stay with him, but of course not. So I think I'm going to put the Forever Grateful on this one. Oh, no, I'm going to put it on this one. I like it with the heart. But that's the beautiful thing about this particular stamp set is there's so many options. I'm just going to place this right smack in the middle. There we go. And so now when you open up this card, you see Forever Grateful. Ta-da! Okay, so let's do the square version of the card, because think about any of those nesting dies that you possibly have. As long as you have 3 sizes, and you can't get too terribly big, otherwise they don't fit on the card. So let's grab another card. For those that missed how to build the gatefold, sorry, my fingers have to actually grab the card. So here is, and this one's already pre-scored. That's awesome, because it makes the folding so much easier. Fold in, fold in, fold in, flip it over, fold in. And I kind of like that there is a tiny bit of a gap here, because then I don't know if you, this one I went a lot closer, but for this one, you can see like a little hint of something inside of there. I think that's cool. Some people are like, oh, I don't want to see that. It's up to you. So now I'm going to do the lighter band with the darker on the inside. So I'm not going to use these panels. They're just going to be two. I could flip it over, or I could do these panels or those. I think I'm going to do these ones because I already did the opposite of it. See, I already did these ones. So just to make a different card, I'm going to do that one, which means I can use this panel, either the peach side or that side. So I don't want to use that. I think I'm going to go with, let's go with that one. I like that combo. So you can, when you have all your pieces cut, so my last card is going to be, let's go with this insert with the peach on the front and then those. And that's the last card that will be made. So you can really get a lot of different cards out of this. So put your panels down first. To build the other card. It's built the same way, it's just a different shape. And so for this card, so here's our 3 panels. I did the same thing. I had these 2 sheets of paper and I just layered one on top of the other. And you can see it right here. So I just took the 2 sheets of paper. I laid my die. I just did this off camera so you didn't see me die cutting a whole bunch because I needed to use my bigger die cutting machine for this, and that thing takes up a lot of space on my desk. So I just laid them right here, put a little piece of tape, ran it through once with both of them layered on there, and I got 2 batches out of that. So I was able to get 2 cards by having one set of dies because I just kept swapping them. Could you do a card where you're using both pieces of the same color? Most definitely. Absolutely. Oh, you wish you had a die cutter. Oh, it's a nice thing to have. And truly, I get away with doing most of my die cutting with my little guy right here. And these little ones are not that expensive. And there's been a whole bunch out there. I love my mini maker because it's a little bit wider than some of the other ones. So I could actually get away with this whole set. I could have cut this on here, but my circle was too big. So I just used my big one for everything. But if you're into card making, and it could be something that you put on your birthday wish list or your Christmas wish list, keep an eye out. There's so many die cutting machines out there, so many brands. I will say be careful because some brands are not supported anymore. So for instance, Cricut, which the parent company was Provo Craft, they had their Cuttlebug. Well, they don't make Cuttlebug. They don't make the plates. So when the plates are gone, and what I mean by the plates are the elements. I'm going to find the plates I am using here. It's the part that you run through the die cutting machine. So like these plates, right? They don't support and they don't make the plates. So if your plate, and the plates do get damaged and you do have to replace them over time. It takes a long time to get to that point, but you do have to. And so I would stay clear of that because there's nothing to support it. But Sizzix has been around for a long time. Spellbinders has been around for a long time. I love my Makers movement, and I have the crossover too. I love that. But I also have a Big Kick. I have a Cuttlebug. I have more than one, so I absolutely love them. So they're great. Trying to see what you guys are saying. You could cut by hand. So there is a way to do this. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. So somebody's saying, here we go. So Vay, I'm going to pop your question up. There we go. So you could pop it up by hand if you wanted to. That is absolutely possible. You could also think about if you're doing squares or rectangles, you could totally cut this by hand because it's just a rectangle, right? I mean, I've cut rectangles, and then all you would need to do is come in and cut out the interior part. So if you started with this and you took your blade, and you can use an X-Acto knife or you could use your paper trimmer, you could cut out the inside rectangle, and that could be the inside piece. And that would be making these 2 pieces right here. You just wouldn't have the stitched edge on there, but you could do that with pen. So that would totally work. There's lots of ways where you don't have to do die cuts to do this. So just keep that in mind. Or you could also do, if you've got like a Cricut or if you've got an electronic cutting machine, you could just do your circles and you could have that program to cut out those circles or those or whatever shapes. Stars might be a bit hard, but ovals would work. Obviously this one, hexagons would work awesome. So they all would change out. They all work. All right, so let's build this one real fast and then we'll get to the stamp part in the middle in a minute. So I want to have, again, I like it where the top piece opens. So the top element opens up and then the big piece opens down. You could flip it if you wanted to. And so for this card, let's try that. Let's try it where the outside frame is stuck to the bottom, just to show you that doesn't matter how you do it. You could go either way. There's my square. I do it so I don't get my mat dirty. So I put a little tiny piece of something down. So I'm going to do the half, the bottom half. Oops. Yeah, I can still do this. Yeah, I'll just turn it that way. you got to think about it, especially don't have to do this in solid paper. You could do this in pattern paper. You can pick whatever paper you want. I like the look of the solid paper. I probably should have gotten bigger than just this tiny little square, and it's getting gross. So you know what? I'm going to use this because I can't use the outside of that anymore. And only do half. Do not do the whole thing or you're going to shut your card closed. And then take a look at your card. Find the center. Now you could go higher or lower, but I like it right smack in the center because I feel like it's that locking key mechanism for the inside of your card. Let's just place this right here. I'm not going to squish it down too far. I just want to make sure I've got that nice and centered. I feel like I got it good. So now this piece opens up. And if you feel like, oh crap, I added a little too much adhesive, just use your finger and kind of rub it off. And I have a little bit on that one right there. I personally like my Xyron adhesive, but this really works with anything that you want to. I love trying to show you guys, yes, I like showing you new products and stuff, but I also want to show you how you can create cards with just whatever you have on hand, your papers, your supplies that you already might have. You don't have to go out and buy anything new because I know we all have a giant stash of papers and of stamps, especially if you've been doing this for a little while. So again, I'm only going to add my adhesive to the top half. There we go. And then place that right there. And again, stick to the top side because we stuck it to the bottom on that one. We're going to stick to the top. So whatever you did for the outside frame, do the opposite for the inside frame. And just pull gently. You might have gotten a little sticky. Do the mechanism. There we go. And as long as you've lined it up good, you're good to go. And there is our mechanism. Ta-da! That's that. There we go. Okay, so now we are going to do the stamp. So I have, again, this piece and I have my frame. So I need to find a stamp that's going to fit inside the frame because that's what we're going to put on the front cover. And this time, instead of doing the circle shape or a shape, I think truly any of these stamps here would look awesome with the circle because that would be like the outside element that you would put on your card. But for this rectangular one, I thought the sentiments would look better. And I really love this, "You're appreciated." So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to stamp the "You're appreciated." Go back and fix that. And for this one, I think I'm going to do it in black just because I think it's going to look a little darker and more crisp than in that lagoon color, even though as much as I love that lagoon color. I just think, and this is just a me thing, I think words look better in a darker color ink. If I had a dark gray, I might have done that, but I don't have a dark gray. Or if the tones would lend to be brown. So like for this card, she did hers in brown, and I think it looks awesome because it goes with the colors. And this one came from Bevo Daniel. This was my inspiration. This was my jumping off point. So I totally love that I will see other people's cards and be like, I have to make that. And that's why I make these videos for you guys, because I totally hope that you guys see what I'm creating and it's inspiring you. And I probably should have used my Misty for that. But I'm hoping that it inspires you to pull out your supplies and go get creative and get crafty and create and make and de-stress yourself while creating, because we're all like super stressed, at least I am. My big adventure today. Do you want to hear my big adventure for today? My son is actually, he's in band, he's in high school, and they are doing a mini version of, he's in marching band, but they can't march right now because that's just too much, but they can sit in the stands. And so they've had a couple practices. They've just been released to go back to having some sort of a practice. The first football game is Thursday. So, and we're in Texas. And so, you know, football is everything around here. And so I'm just die cutting this out while we chat. And he's a freshman. So he hasn't really gone through and learned how to do all the stuff yet. And normally they would have had like 2 weeks in the summer and they've been marching for all this stuff, and they would have a whole lot more time before the first game to figure out what's going on. And they don't. They had a practice on Friday. They had a practice this morning. They're having another one this morning, and then they have the first game on Thursday. Now, there's nothing on the field, but they're having to figure out like what shoes to wear, and that they need to have a flip book for their music. And they've been doing virtual band at home, but it's just not quite the same. You don't learn all the same stuff. So he realized his lyre, and he plays the clarinet, which is the piece that attaches to the clarinet, so you can attach the flip book so you can see your music. You probably see instruments, it looks like they have a little music book attached there. It broke. He couldn't find one of the pieces, so it wasn't functioning. And we couldn't find his flip book anywhere because he used it a couple of times in middle school. So we had to go contact a music store, find out if they're open, find out, do they even have the supplies, like what's going on? And we figured it out, and it's all good, and everybody's happy. So that was our big outing for today after school was over. And that's what delayed me getting on. Normally I'm a little bit earlier, but I couldn't get that because we had to go get that before the store closed because he's playing tomorrow, and there was going to be no time tomorrow to do that. So here it is. Look at this. Sorry, little tidbit about what's going on. All right, that one's like stuck in the corner for some reason. So there we go. Here's this mechanism. And then you could totally put a stamp on the inside. So since I have this out, let's change out the stamp. And it's all good. Oops, let's change it. So I want a nice big one. I've got a nice big stamp here. So let me put this guy away. I love how there's so many stamps on this particular set. Hang on. I always feel like I'm doing like a puzzle when I'm putting the stamps back on their pads. That goes to the other side. So let me put this guy away. I feel like if I don't do these soon enough, I will forget that they're on my stamp block and then go, oh crap, where'd it go? So if I don't do it now, I don't know how many times I've like cleaned everything up and there's like the one lonely stamp left on the block and I've already put everything away. I'm like, darn it. So for the inside of the card, let's do, what did I put on the front? I put in "You're appreciated." So what should I put on the inside? Let's do, ooh, "Together we'll get through this." I like that one. "Together we will get through this." So let's stamp this one on the inside. And again, with words, I do like black a little bit better. And you could have fun. You could layer, you know what? No, it's not going to, oh, I could. Here, let's do this. I'll have to restamp that. For the inside piece, I'm going to get another sheet of paper. I think I have another one. Will this work? I'm going to die cut out another one of these rectangles, not the giant one. Oh, it's too small. I need a white. I think, will this fit? I'm trying to find like all my extra white paper that's just laying around. This is going to kind of work. It's got the crease on here. This was for a practice card I didn't end up doing. All right, so I'm going to re-ink this. We're going to die cut this out just to show you that you don't have to. I mean, you can totally stamp it. Now that's going to bug me. Will this work? Of course it will. The original piece of paper that I had totally would work. Duh, Erin. I'm trying to make it like, I don't have a sheet of paper. It was right in front of me the whole time. The whole time it was right there. And so now I'm just going to die cut this out. I do like putting my tape on here just so it doesn't shift around when I die cut. And you know what? There's so many different kinds of tape that are out there that people say, this tape doesn't rip. Dude, it's all washi tape in my book. And I have so much. There was a few different supplies I have hoarded over the years that when I saw it, I had to have it. And so I bought it. And then I was like, I can't use it. It's too good. I can't use it. One of them is washi tape. Whenever I saw it, I was like, I have to have it. I don't have that color. I don't have that whatever. Yes, I totally did. So there's that. Now you could also, if you wanted to, because you're using your nesting dies, you could totally take, and I could do this in like the blue and do a layered on the inside. You could totally do that. And maybe I'll do that on, no, another one. Oh, I have extra blue. Just to show you can have fun with it. This is where I just start kind of playing and having fun. Another thing that when I saw it, I had to have it, and this one was the worst, was all those stupid gems and enamel sticky dots and stuff. I had to have like every color. And like Prima had, Prima Marketing, they had all their, flowers was another one. I'm in love with like three-dimensional flowers. I just think they're so pretty. So I have scads of flowers and I still try and use those up. And then those swirls that were made of crystals and pearls that Prima had, I had to have those. I had to have so many things. And I have used some. I will have to say I have used some. But I definitely was like, if it's not the perfect project, I'm not using it. Or then, and tell me if you've ever had this happen. How many of you have the product in hand? There's two sides of this paper. One's a darker color, one's a lighter color. I'm going to use the lighter color to face up. So I'm going to add this to here. So I'm going to do the lighter color because on the front of the card, I did the darker color. So now you're just seeing a little bit of something lighter here. So I would be doing a project and then I would be so petrified that I would screw the project up that I would not want to use my $2 swirl thing that I bought. And I realized, and then I would go buy another one, or like I had to buy two. So in case I screwed up, I had the other one. I realized I was buying way too much stuff and I had so much stuff in my stash and half of it I was afraid to use. And I just had to get over myself and then just use it. I don't know if any of you feel that way or do that, but that totally was what I did. So here is the other one. This one then pulls down. So do you guys have anything that you like totally hoard that you sometimes don't use enough of because you keep buying more or you're afraid to use it, you're going to mess it up and waste it and it won't get used properly? I don't know if you guys all do that, but I sure do. So this is the square one and I still have enough supplies. Oops, sorry, it's in my camera. I still have enough supplies to build the other square one. Then we have our two circles right here. These ones are fun and it'll take 2 seconds. I won't do all the stamping, but I'll build it just to show you one last build and just another color combination for this particular card. So again, super simple to build the frame of this if you already have a scored card. If you're not, you can always like fold it in the middle and create that scoring in the center and then fold over, flip it over, fold over, and this is the easiest way to make a gatefold card. So simple. There it is, like that, right? Open that up. I'm going to do this on the inside this time. And I'm making my cards and they're going to be horizontal cards. They open up from top to bottom, but this card also works really well by doing a horizontal opening. So it's a vertical card, but you're opening from left to right. It works either way. It does not matter. And any shape, I think besides a star, pretty much any shape will be awesome for this. I don't think there's really much shapes that would not work. Circles, hexagons, ovals, squares, rectangles, they all work. All right, so this one I'm going to do the original way that I did it with the circle, where the outside frame is the one that's stuck to the top. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the darker. I like the darker. So I'm going to add my adhesive just to the top half. And I'm going to do it on the lighter side. So just the top half here. Oops. Top. There we go. Just that top half. Now it's all sticking to me. There we go. So come in, find my center. There it is. And just that top half right there. And then for this piece, because I want it to be actually opposite, we're just going to do the bottom half. So just stick half of it. And then that goes right in there. So whatever nesting die sets you have will be awesome. So see how easy and fast that is to build these? They're so simple. So here's one that opens up this way, which, you know, truthfully, because I haven't built it yet, it could go this way because I haven't put anything inside there. Or I could even have it go this way, right? So, or I can have it go this way. So before you put any kind of sentiment or anything on here, you can have your card going any which orientation. The only thing that might throw off an orientation, which would be on a card like this, because I have my flowers on here, I would have to have this be a horizontal card, but I could have flipped the flowers around and had it open that way if I wanted to. So there's so many ways that you can build these cards. They're tons and tons of fun. So we built 2 rectangles together. Hi, Gail. Oh, I'm so glad you stumbled onto my channel. Woohoo! I love stumble-upons. They're great. So here we built 2 of the rectangles. Here we built 2 of the circles. And then I got my inspiration from a friend who sent me this card as part of my card swap. And she did hers in a hexagon. So she actually did some other shapes, but I thought this one was so cool. And I was like, I don't have this. I totally would have done a hexagon with you guys, but I don't have nesting. I have one set of nesting. I can't even say that. I still can't say it, nesting hexagons. There we go. But I only have this size and this size, and you need 3 sizes to make this version of the card. You could get away with not doing the stamp in the center and just stamp on that. Like I could take right here, I could leave it just like this and stamp directly on this piece. You wouldn't need to do another element, but I just think it looks cool with the 3 layers. I really did love the way that she had done it on this one. I think it looked really, really smart. So I went with that. You're from Trinbago. Wow. We have some people that are from really far away watching my channel. I love that. We've had from all over the world. I seriously think I've had somebody from almost every single continent watching my channel. And I think that's awesome. Either from Facebook or YouTube. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is so much fun. Thank you for being here. We will be back hopefully tomorrow. There might be a small snafu with doing our live kids video, but we should be going okay with that later. Again, when we're done with schoolwork, we have a fun project ready. And this weekend, I have a video going live as part of a video hop. Hang on, I hid it. I hid the card and now I can't bother. So I'm gonna give you guys a sneaky peek. Ready, ready, ready? So this is gonna be fast, super fast. You ready? Oh, okay, that's it. That's all you're seeing. That's it. But I will show you how to make this thankful card in that video and how to do that pop-up. It is so easy. It's so much fun. There's a chance to win some awesome prizes. And if you have not had a chance to head over, the video is already live. It was live last weekend. This video, and to show you how to build this, I love slimline cards because they're just kind of fun and different. And if you haven't noticed, I like interactive cards where you can do something. So this is a mosaic with 2 little flip the flaps. This video is already live. Check that one out. And I show you how to build this. And this is using my paper collection here. The same with the thankful, it's using my paper collection and some of my pieces. And then I did use some stamps from Maker's Movement, which were pretty fun. So this one also has prizes. There's a lot of fun prizes in this video hop. It is live. Check out my channel. It's got this picture on the front and it is so much fun. And then again, there is another one coming this Saturday, and heads up, the one on Saturday, it's my birthday. My birthday's on Saturday. Woohoo! I'll be 41. Not afraid to share it. 41 is an awesome number. Woohoo! So thank you guys so much. Stay safe. Links are down below. If you have not subscribed or liked or thumbs up or hearted, please do, please do. I would absolutely love that. And I will go back and read all the comments. Thank you guys so much for leaving the comments. I truly appreciate them. And I do my best to go back and answer any questions that you have. So if you have any questions, I'll leave them. Links for supplies are in the information section. And I will see you guys again later. Bye, everybody.